Everything is starting to unravel for the Biden crime family. Joe Biden is now in a world of hurt. An email was discovered where Burisma Holdings asked Joe's son, Hunter, to do something about the prosecutor who was investigating them. This was Victor Shokin, the same prosecutor general who Joe Biden got then President Poroshenko to fire him. This email was discovered on the laptop from hell, and it changes everything. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we try to make sense out of the daily onslaught of radical woke Marxist propaganda. Folks, this is huge. Another newfound email from Hunter Biden's laptop from hell reveals that Burisma asks Hunter to use his influence to halt an investigation into the company. All along, we said that Hunter had no influence with the government of Ukraine, but his father Joe certainly did. Remember, President Barack Obama made Joe the point man for getting a handle on corruption in Ukraine. It turns out that was like sending the wolf into the hen house, more like a weasel. Now it makes sense as to why Hunter Biden has hired some high-priced lawyers to go on the offensive to sue anyone who had their hands on the laptop data. And they're including Mac Isaac, the computer repair shop owner, because he gave the laptop to Rudy Giuliani and the FBI. The only defense he's going to have is to try to discredit the people who have provided the information from the laptop. But folks, the one who provided the information from the laptop is Hunter Biden himself. So the lawyers are going after John Paul Mac Isaac, even though Delaware state law says the same thing that's on the contract that Hunter signed when he dropped the laptop off to be repaired. And that says that if the person doesn't come back for the property within 90 days, the laptop belongs to the repair shop. So the data that Isaac gave to the FBI and to Rudy Giuliani was legally 100% his to give. They don't have the right to go after him or anybody else. Okay, everyone, real quick, just to remind you, this is Joe Biden at the Council on Foreign Relations on stage being filmed. He knew he was being filmed, and he's bragging about getting Victor Shokin, the Ukrainian prosecutor, looking into Burisma and Hunter Biden basically into him as well, because he was involved in the scam, fired. Okay, give it a listen.
And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to the press conference. I said, "No," I said, "I'm not going to, or we're not going to give you the $1 billion." They said, "You have no authority. You're not the president." The president said. I said, "Call him." I said, "I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion." I said, "You're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here." And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, "I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money." Well, son of a bitch. Got fired.
Well, son of a bitch, he got fired, folks. He just admitted to a felony. When Congress authorizes money to be given out as aid to a foreign country, someone else can't say, "Well, I'm going to leverage this against you unless you do this." Okay? Victor Shokin was closing in on Hunter Biden and the whole Burisma scam. It was a money laundering scheme. All right? They were transferring money from Privat Bank over to Burisma to pay supposedly Hunter at a job, but Hunter never had the job. All right? It was all a scam. So there he is bragging that he got him fired, but he said he got him fired because he was corrupt. Stick around. Okay, so here's what the email said. "We urgently need your advice on how you could use your influence to convey a message / signal, etc., to stop what we consider to be politically motivated actions. Enter Joe Biden. He was sent to Ukraine to give them a loan guaranteeing an amount of $1 billion in order to keep the country afloat. Otherwise, the country would have been in a lot of trouble if they didn't get this money. Now, we don't have to guess what transpired there because Joe Biden himself admitted that he got the prosecutor fired and he used that money to leverage himself, okay? So we know that. Now, remember, Joe told us that the reason he got the prosecutor, Victor Shokin, fired was because he was corrupt. Okay, so now I have some audio here that is a phone call between Biden and Poroshenko. And you will hear that Poroshenko tells Biden that even though they did an investigation and they found out that Shokin had no corruption, he was not involved in anything illegal or nefarious, he fired him.
Assuming that there is a new government and a new prosecutor general, I am prepared to do a public signing of the commitment for the $1 billion.
Now, so far, folks, that is what Joe said to the Council of Foreign Relations. He was prepared to do a commitment of a public signing.
Despite of the fact that we didn't have any corruption charges, don't have any information about he doing something wrong, I especially asked him, no, it was the day before yesterday, I especially asked him to resign.
And the next one is when you hear Biden later on, this wasn't in the same call, it was later, where he congratulates him for doing the right thing.
Congratulations on installing the new prosecutor general. It's going to be critical for him to work quickly to repair the damage Shokin did. And
what a bastard. Repair the damage that Shokin did. He never ever told us what that damage was. Think about that. Folks, this cements what we've said all along, that Joe Biden was asked to take out the prosecutor that was investigating Burisma Holdings and his son Hunter, which in turn means they're investigating him as well. He was the big guy, remember? So what we said all along is true. Joe Biden leveraged $1 billion of congressionally authorized aid to Ukraine to get a prosecutor fired whose crime was he was looking into the Biden crime family. This man should be impeached and there should be charges thrown at him if the statute of limitations hasn't run out by now. Okay, in the piece, we have the full email that you can read. Just go to rpwmedia.com, and I'm going to leave the link in the description anyway, but go there and sign up for our newsletter. All right? Thanks a lot. Thanks for spending time with us. We'll see you in the next one.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or an